Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Nancy Drew Marathon. This is yours truly, Brittany, and this is the Miss Sensational Gaming Channel. Today, I'm going to be playing the 5th installment called The Final Scene of the Nancy Drew series. And this is a Let's Play because I already played it in my Dailymotion. So the link to the playlist underneath the description down below. And keep in mind that the playlist for Dailymotion is technically non-commentary. But for this Let's Play on YouTube, it is commentary. So, without further ado, let us begin. And I'm gonna play Junior Detective because it's the only mode I'm familiar with.
Dear Bess, remember Maya Wynn from high school? I'm visiting her in St. Louis. We have tickets to tonight's premiere of the new Brady Armstrong movie, Vanishing Destiny. It's the last screening ever at the Royal Palladium. This place has been a landmark for almost a century. And now, in just 3 days, it's going to be demolished. I wish I could have seen the theater back in the 20s before it was turned into a movie house. All the great magicians performed here, even Harry Houdini. There's a lot of public opposition to the loss of this historic building. Rumor has it local activists are planning to stage a big protest out front tonight. The theater will be closed when we arrive, but they'll let us in since Maya is covering the story for the university newspaper. Oh boy, a press pass sure does come in handy. Maya told me she has an interesting lead, and we're on our way to interview Brady Armstrong about the controversy now. I know he's one of your favorite stars. Stay tuned. Maya always gets the full scoop. Talk to you soon. Love, Nancy.
That's nice. Well, this is the Royal Paladin Theater Diamond.
Okay, Nancy, here I go. Cross your fingers, there's a story behind this door.
Go get 'em, Scoop.
Meet you in the lobby.
Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Is this thing on? Hello?
I think I'll go check out the snacks.
My favorite part.
That sounds like Maya. Help! Nancy!
I would say my favorite part about movie theaters is the snack bar. But it looks like we heard a scream from Maya, and it appears that she is nowhere to be found in this room.
Hello?
Listen carefully. If they knock the theater down, a girl goes with it.
What? Who is this? Hello? Hello?
Maya is officially kidnapped, but just you wait.
You'll never get away with this, do you hear me? You're messing with the wrong girls, whoever you are. She's a reporter and I'm a detective, and we don't scare easy.
This is Joseph Hughes, the caretaker. I'm looking for Brady Armstrong. He said he'd be there. Who's this? And what's all the excitement?
So, Joseph Hughes is our first character that we talk to, but we don't see him in person until we get to that point. So, hopefully for this video, we're going to introduce everyone.
My friend has disappeared from Brady's dressing room. I heard her scream. I think she's been kidnapped.
Now, please try to calm down and tell me what's going on. What's your name, dear?
My name is Nancy Drew. Maya Wynn is my friend, and she's gone. I was out in the hall when I heard her scream. I don't know how they could have taken her.
Disappeared from the men's dressing room? What makes you think she was taken?
I just received a threatening call saying if I don't stop the theater demolition, I'll never see her again.
Whoa, they must have taken her through that secret passageway. Holy smokes, and you're on an inside line. That call must have come from inside the building. We gotta act quick. You check out the secret passageway. I'll make sure all the exits are locked and then I'll come find you.
Hey, you. No groupies in the dressing rooms. But since you're such a rascally fan, what would you say to a signed autograph from yours truly?
This is Brady Armstrong, the first character that you meet in this game. And before I click on the dialogue, I just want you to know that it's probably my least favorite game. Not because of the gameplay or anything whatsoever, but you'll find out why it's my least favorite game, even though it's interesting.
I beg your pardon?
Take a breath and pinch yourself because it's really happening. Brady Armstrong in the flesh. Star of Vanishing Destiny? Go ahead, faint. I'll catch you.
Yeah. I came with my friend Maya to see the premiere tonight. I'm Nancy. Maya was just here a minute ago. Did you see her?
Remind me not to appoint you president of my fan club. So what was your friend doing in my dressing room?
Weren't you expecting her?
Yeah.
I thought she emailed you to set up an interview for her article.
All my email goes through Simone. She reads it, she writes back. Control issues, you know? Off the record. Any message that says love Brady is just a big electronic smooch from her.
So he was talking about his agent Simone, which we will meet her in just a few moments.
Simone, is that your agent?
Simone Mueller, CEO of my life. My agent. Focus on being wholesomely smoldering, she says, and leave the rest to me. So I do. She's been setting up Premier HQ in the women's dressing room. Haven't you heard her snarling at people on the phone?
I wonder if she knows anything about what happened to Maya.
Maybe you better tell me what's going on here.
I heard Maya scream. When I got here, she was gone, vanished. And then I got a creepy phone call from the kidnapper.
But where could they have taken her? What did they say?
It's something to do with the demolition of the theater. The voice said, if they knock the theater down, the girl goes with it.
Those stinking radicals.
What?
What radicals?
They're the ones who are flipping out over saving this theater. Nicholas Falcone and his tree hugger pals.
Nicholas Falcone is another character that we're going to meet very soon. And he's probably the only character that I kind of like the most. And you'll find out why in the future.
Listen, Maya's in trouble and I've got to act fast.
Sure thing. How can I help?
She may still be in the building. We've got to search this place from top to bottom.
Roger.
Okay, now. First things first, I'm going to save the game. And the only reason is because if I encounter any bugs or issues, then you know why I'm having a hard time playing this game. So we're going to go over here.
It's locked.
We're going to make a note of that it's locked. But there is a reason. There's a reason why we're staying in Brady's room. First things first, we gotta grab the magic wand because it's something that we're going to need later. And we're going to go to this picture right here. Click on it, and there's the lever. Oh, the lever. It's the wrong lever. But in actuality, it is the right lever. Probably wondering why. Well, let's see. If you... Oh, I have to go back. I was about to panic here. If you turn around, there is a secret passage. So let's go in. In this secret passage, this leads to Simone's, not cabinet. It leads to Simone's, closet. And it also leads to her dressing room.
I may have to cut this short, Hal. Someone just climbed out of my wardrobe.
Can't you see I'm on the phone here?
This is Simone, and she's one of these characters that you love to hate. You're probably wondering why people love to hate her? Well, just listen. Well, not listen, but you know.
My friend's been kidnapped! Listen, sweetheart, I have a premiere tonight and no stylist for my star, so don't tell me about problems.
Okay, first of all, Nancy isn't a stylist. She is a detective.
But this is an emergency.
I said scram.
Scram. Well, forget you then. The nerve of that woman. I shouldn't get too carried away over these video game characters. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we need to go over here. We have a bunch of hallways here. What I need to do first of all is I need to go here first. This is where people watch movies at the movie theater. I remember the old days where I went to the movie theater. Nowadays, I don't feel like it now, because it's too expensive, especially when it comes to snacks. What a ripoff. Anyway, the reason why I have to go here is because there's thumb there.
Ick!
Ick is right, because Nancy doesn't want to touch it with her hands, so that's why we use the magic wand. And you're probably wondering why you stick thumb on the magic wand. Well, you're about to find out, because this is going to be something very, very important later on. Well, not later on, but once we get to that point. In this episode, we're going to meet everyone. We're going to meet everyone. And here's this guy. This is Nicholas.
No teeny boppers till showtime. House rules.
What's that supposed to mean?
Aren't you here to worship at the screen of Brady Charmstrong?
I came to see the premiere if that's what you're asking. That doesn't make me a worshiper.
Yeah.
You are what you consume, and that movie's nothing but processed cheese. Every ticket sold is a vote for corporate cannibalism. And nobody cares now, but one day, abracadabra, we're gonna wake up in the United States of Generica. Who are you, and what's with the doom and gloom?
Well, as you can see, he's not fond of Brady Armstrong. And we're going to learn more about him.
I'm Nancy Drew. I think I need to call the police.
What are you calling them for? A little taste of your tax dollars going bad?
You have problems with the police?
It's more like they have a problem with me.
Uh-oh.
What kind of problem?
Haven't you heard? The battle is on. There's a human chain forming out front as we speak. But all that can wait. It's obvious you got a situation, so what's up?
My friend's been kidnapped. I've got to alert the police and then start searching this place.
Phew. Kidnapping? That's a high-profile tactic. Somebody means business. So what's the demands?
The phone call was awful. They want the demolition stopped.
No kidding. That'll blast those bureaucrats and corporate bigwigs out of their dream world. Applause for the cause. We need all the help we can get.
Really?
Excuse me? We're talking about a girl's life here.
I'm sorry. I know you're upset, but they won't mess with your friend. They just took her for effect. It's called making a statement.
Really? How does kidnapping a woman who is a reporter a statement? Tell me that.
Oh, so this is just a pretend kidnapping. I never would have guessed. Maya's scream sounded so real.
She'll be okay. Trust me.
I wish I could, but in this case...
I'm not about to take that chance.
If you need a phone, there's an outside line in the ticket booth.
Okay, so before we headed to the phone booth, I also need to get something... I need to get something, like, out of the theater again. Probably wondering what's the point of going back to the theater. Well, it's because there's something that I need here, which is a coin. That, I'm going to need that later on in the game. You'll soon find out why. You soon find out why. And then we're going to go back to the snack bar, and then head to the phone. Now this is probably one of the reasons why I do not like this game. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. Just because some of the characters are just, like, not as helpful. Not as helpful at all. But first, I'm going to save my game, just in case if I encounter any issues whatsoever. Also, I'm using an emulator called ScumVM, which allows me to play very old games that probably will not work in Windows 10 or Windows 11. Regardless of that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the emulator that I'm can't talk. That's the emulator that I'm using. Alright, so let's continue, and I'm going to dial 911. Why is that funny? Because that's The only phone call...
St. Louis Police Department.
I'm calling to report a kidnapping.
Is the kidnapping in progress?
No.
Hold on, miss. I'll transfer you to the Missing Persons Unit.
Missing persons, Sergeant Mac Ramsey speaking.
I'm calling to report a kidnapping, no longer in progress.
And who am I speaking with, please?
My name is Nancy Drew.
Okay, Miss Drew. Now, did you witness this kidnapping?
No, but I heard it.
What exactly did you hear?
My friend went into a dressing room. I was out in the hall. And I heard her scream, so I went in after her, but she was gone.
When and where did this happen?
Just now, at the Royal Palladium Theater.
Yes.
And what's your friend's name, Miss Drew?
Maya Wynn.
Can you spell that, please?
M-A-Y-A, last name N-G-U-Y-E-N.
Age?
19.
Physical description?
She's Asian American. I guess about 5'5", long black hair.
So you didn't actually witness anything, is that right?
I heard her screaming, and I received a threatening phone call. That must count for something.
A threat. Can you describe the voice? Was it a man or a woman?
It was spooky. I think they were using some voice disguise device.
Yes. That'll make it impossible to tell the gender of the caller. Did you notice anything suspicious looking in the vicinity?
No.
No suspects. Any visible signs of struggle in the dressing room? Did your friend leave anything behind? Her purse? Anything that might have fallen out of her pockets?
No.
No evidence. Does your friend work at the theater?
No, she's a student at Washington University.
Does your friend have any enemies?
Maya? I highly doubt it.
And what business did Maya have entering the theater dressing room?
She's a reporter for the school paper. She was there to do an interview.
What about Maya's parents? Have they been contacted?
They're in Vietnam this time of year. I don't know how to contact them.
Okay, miss. I'll file this report. After 24 hours, if she hasn't turned up, we consider her a missing person and begin to investigate.
How can she
24
turn up?
hours?
She's been kidnapped.
Unlikely. With all the scuttlebutt around this demolition, this stinks of student prank.
A prank? But this building is going to be demolished in 72 hours. How can we afford to take that chance?
How do you mean?
The kidnapper must be holding her in the building, don't you think?
Unlikely. No competent kidnapper keeps her captive anywhere near the scene of the abduction. Is there anything else, Miss Drew?
Sergeant, I really don't think we can afford to wait 24 hours.
It's standard procedure, Miss Drew. Unless you can provide us with some evidence that your friend was taken by force, it's 24 hours.
Thanks, Sergeant. I'll call you back when I have the evidence.
You do that.
Bye.
As you can tell, Nancy's tone is very disappointed and infuriated. As you can see, this is my least favorite game so far, just because, you know, these characters are awful. Probably except for Nicholas. He's almost as awful, but not in a sort of way, if you can understand. Alright, so what we need to do here is that we need to talk to one last character in the game, and that's Joseph, which is the person on the phone.
You must be Nancy. The worry's written all over your face. Well, I'm Joe. I started to look for you, but then I figured better to park myself and let you find me. Any trace of your friend?
I found the secret passageway all right, but no sign of Maya. I can't believe this is happening.
What about calling the police? There's an outside line in the ticket booth.
Thanks, but I already tried that. Standard procedure says I'm on my own for the next 24 hours.
Standard procedure.
I mean, I understand the police can't go chasing after every kid who gets lost at the mall, but this is different.
But this theater's going to be torn down in 3 days. Did you tell them that?
They say it's unlikely that the kidnapper would keep her in the building.
Well, I checked all the outside doors, and they're locked up tight. Only folks who've been in the theater all day are Brady and Simone, you and Maya, Nicholas Falcone, and myself.
Which means that Simone, Brady, Nicholas, and Joseph are the 4 suspects. Maya is the victim of a kidnapping. She's kidnapped, while Nancy is the detective trying to figure out who is responsible. So that is technically the game here. Nancy Drew talks to people and suspect that they're suspects, and she has to figure out who. And the only way to do that is by solving puzzles, finding clues, and everything else. Plain and simple. But of course, in this game, it's not simple.
How can you be sure?
Well, I've only got this one pair of eyes, so I can't say 100%.
Did you notice anything suspicious?
I was up here in the projector room, sound testing for the premiere. But I'd be disappointed in your detective work if you didn't put me through the ringer like a regular suspect.
How did you know I was a detective?
And Maya's a reporter, right? Well, you yelled it in my ear when I called down to the dressing room earlier. Remember?
Oops, sorry, Joseph. I thought you were the kidnapper calling back.
Don't mention it, dear. Now, what's your plan of attack?
Time to start searching. Can you give me a map or some blueprints of this place?
Try calling county administration. The records division keeps that type of stuff. I bet a blueprint would show secret passages that even I've never found. Ask for the original plans, not the ones from the 56 remodel.
When was the theater built?
Completed in 1925. The vision of one J.J. Thompson. Anyway, I've spent the last 40-something years finding my way around this place, so let me know if I can help.
Thanks, Joseph.
Don't let the turkeys get you down.
He is another character that technically believes us up until, well, I'm not going to spoil it yet. You're just going to have to wait until the next couple of videos. And I'm definitely saving it right here, just in case if this game is broken for some reason. We're going to take this, and we're going to take a look at this, because there's a reason for this booklet. This booklet has something to do with projectors, which is going to be very important. But look at this.
There was a key here.
Indeed, Nancy, there was a key in here. But the problem is we don't know where it's at right now. Okay, there we go. There we go. So let's go ahead and get out of this room and let Joseph handle his business. And we're going to go here. And the reason why we're going here is because we need to get something here. But you gotta be very, very careful, because you may fall. You may fall. You go down here, and there's something there, which is why you need this magic wand with the sticky gum. There we go. Then we go back. Need to go back here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop for a moment, because I'm going to save here into help. And then that about wraps up for today's video. So stay tuned for part 2, ladies and gentlemen, because this is where things started to get interesting. So stick around.